Okay, I'm ready to glue. Now I didn't show this on the camera, and it probably didn't show up on the camera either, but these were gapped just a tiny bit. And one thing that we do to stop that whenever we glue stuff up is, and I rip these through the same way, but if we have a gapping problem like this, and I'm exaggerating that, what we'll do is turn the piece over, run it upside down. That way, if there's any slight out of plumb or out of square on the blade, it's going to be taken care of. Even if it's slightly tilted, the mating piece is going to be tilted the same direction if you turn it upside down. That's a good tight fit there. So I'm just going to squirt some glue in there and put the clamps to it. And the panel will be on its way. Now I intend to, if he is agreeable to it, take my video camera up the street whenever this is dry and cut and everything, and actually have a video of Eric running his Gravograph laser, cutting and burning in the laser engraving. What I may do also is show the discussion that's going to need to take place as to how we're going to work things out. Now, he might be a little camera shy, and that's okay. We don't necessarily need to photograph the whole deal, but I would like you to see how he sets it up, and I'd like you to see the laser cutting a little bit. Now I got these snugged a little bit. I'm going to bring, actually first I got to move this piece out of the way. You may have noticed on those posts that I alternate clamps every other one. And there's a couple reasons for that. It tends to keep the piece flatter, number one. Number two is, depending on the width, on those posts I could have squeezed it all from one side, and it probably wouldn't have made a big deal. The thing is, when you squeeze glue on a thicker piece like that, you're basically pinching the one side and forcing the glue out the wider side. Well, you don't want to do that. You don't want to push the glue out of the joint. So if you alternate it, you keep the glue centered into the joint. Here, I'm not sure if this would happen with this width of a panel, but when I used to make doors or drawer box glue ups, they might be clear out there and totally fill the clamp. You can actually pull tension on one side and the thing will violently spring out of the clamps if you don't alternate. So you alternate your clamps, and you also make sure when you do this that you've got your glue up clear down flat on the clamp here, that all these corners are touching. Otherwise, you can actually rack a twist into it, and then when you take it out, even though the pieces were flat, the whole glue up is racked because it got glued up that way. You don't want that. You want your stuff nice and flat. Okay, I'll just take an old rag and wipe this glue off, but I won't show you that part. That's kind of boring.